And dead paladins. Those Shinjis again. Do you see them? They keep popping out and back behind that wall. They pop out, they chuck some grenades and they keep popping back in. I've had enough of that. Shinjis? What Shinjis? Hey boys and girls, it's KnightStalker here. Welcome along today to Hidden City Siege. Check it out. Today we're going to bring in some silver units, the powerful silver units. And we're going to face off against gold and purple tier units, and we're going to see how we do. So we've also got the mighty Woodcutters there, as you can see. So we should be fine, especially with the Woodcutters. We should be able to annihilate pretty much everything. Woodcutters, of course, being the gods of the total battlefield. So, big threats to silver units are typically muskets and mauls. So we have 3 particularly to watch out for there. And we've got a longbow who will pick off our range stuff as well. On our team, good mix generally. Okay, so we've got some pretty balanced teams here. Sounds good. Let's get into it. So, in the opening stages, the first thing I like to do, as if you've seen lots of my videos, is to push in some siege equipment. I don't mind doing dirty work for the team. Don't mind that at all. I wouldn't be playing Longsword if I didn't. So let's see how we get on. This map here, typically you'll get the siege engines in first time, but not always. I'll have to see how we go. And of course, at the moment we have the Cataphract Lancer event, for want of a better term, so we can expect there to be a ton of Cataphract Lancers pouring out of this gate and basically killing everything in their path, because they all have to get 50 kills and every player's going for it at the same time, so that's not great at all. I wish there was a better answer than giving everyone a 3-day contract and giving everyone missions to do with a single unit, but that's just kind of how it goes, and we just have to accept it. Already getting some of my boys shot. The Hammer Bros. Doing their best, man. Leave them alone. So, gate is still closed, I think. Yes, we should be fine. Fine to continue on. Although at this rate, my Martellalori are getting picked on very severely. We might end up having to pull the Woodcutters to fully get it in there. Enemy team doing a very good job of targeting the pushers. Not pushers, pushers. Very soon, as soon as those Martellalori let go of that siege tower, I'm going to pull the Woodcutters. Because everybody knows Woodcutters are best. There we go. There's no longer enough of them left to push the siege tower. Off we go. Mighty Woodcutters. I can do some amazing things with the Woodcutters sometimes. You can usually get a good charge off with them, but at the end of the day, they are peasants. They're the most glorious and most beastly of all peasants, but that's just kind of how they are. Do you count Domain Pikemen as peasants? They are a white tier unit, but they're not really peasants, are they? They're actually fairly good, especially for the 70 leadership. Very good at taking down roving cav at the start of the game. See how we get on. Oh, here's some cavalry. Are they coming my way? They are. Okay. Come over here, lads. Just get out the way. Dodge out the way. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Didn't lose any to the cavalry. That's good. And in Soviet Russia, peasants charge you. Mwahaha! Don't know if we're going to do much. We won't catch half the unit, but we will catch these ones and pin them in place and thoroughly wreck them. Stuff you and your T5 Cav. What do you guys think of the Cataphract Lancers? As you can see, they don't even kill peasants very well, mostly because their charge takes a long time to build up to full damage. Their kind of secondary charge is not very strong, generally. In my humble opinion, can I knock... Oh, my ult's not up. Never mind, I'll try and stab him. Ah, come back. Ah, come back. No, never mind. Alright, so the woodies have got it in. but they're not going to do any good at the top of that siege tower. They're only going to end up dead. And I'd prefer to you know, save some of my peasants for towards the end of the game when I can put them amongst our team's ranged units and things like that, and they can just tank shots. Peasants are very good at tanking shots from axe raiders. You know, they don't survive the effort, don't get me wrong, but every axe that hits a peasant is an axe, it doesn't hit a better unit. So if all you got is left is peasants, that is what you can do with them. Where are my units? Push them off to the side here. Don't want to get them noticed. We've got some Javelineers here, and those will pretty much instant delete my unit, so I don't want to mess with them. Iron Reapers look kind of cool in that vampire skin, don't they? Pushing up both ways. So A is going to be ours, and there's very little that the enemy can do about it at this point. We've made a very, very good push as a team, which I like to see. Doesn't happen all the time. Oh, you're not coming for us? Well, we're coming for you. It was very good. He used his charge there. He obviously thought that we were standing still to treb him, and that's why he charged into the wall like that, to avoid the trebs. Unfortunately for him, that wasn't what we were doing. Ow. What are these? I don't think they're prefectures. I think they might actually be Imperial Pike Guard. Never mind. They're dead now. So, let's continue our bombing run, carpet bombing. And what we're trying to do is when we throw bombs, we're trying to place them essentially partially on our own unit. The reason for that is that you want the units that are fighting your team to be caught on fire, because they start panicking and freaking out, and it means that they can't defend themselves. So it's important to hit the enemy units that are in combat with your own, and to be a very, very strong supporter. That's really what you want to do. The thing about the bomber boys, the camel nuts, the ballsack boys, whatever you want to call them, is that ooh, nasty. That was a very interesting pike walk. Is that they get a lot of damage, like tons of damage. They have absolutely monstrous DPS, but they don't get kills. And the reason for that is that each of their damage is very low individually, but you're doing very, very large amounts of it over a very wide area. And that's kind of how they work. See here how I'm bombing them essentially partially on our own unit, because, well, they actually chopped through it pretty well there. But anyone getting hit by those blasts, including that glaive, panic and can't move, and they can't defend themselves. And that's what we're doing there with the bombs. We're essentially setting them up for our team to knock them down. And they're all gone. And I feel like there we made an absolutely massive difference to our team's push, because all of the essentially free kills all our frontline unit got were very much thanks to the bomber boys. And that's kind of the primary way I use this unit. You notice my cowardice with this unit? Basically because they're very, very weak. If you touch them, they die, and they explode against friends next to them as well. Can we get any of their cav? Oh, they pulled out of the dive. Never mind, we'll burn some of them, and anything that walks across that spot now will also catch fire, so I'm okay with that. They've decided they don't want to flank because they don't want to burn, and that's great. We've managed to deflect a cavalry charge, or a cavalry flank, using nothing but ballsack boys on a wall. Now we don't want these are only peasants, but we don't want our units to have to deal with them. We don't want to have to flank them, so let's go. That short sword needs a bit of help with some DPS. And again, do you see how much damage we're doing, but not many kills? That's just kind of par for the course with the ballsack boys. It's a miss, never mind. So, watch out for that cavalry flank, boys and girls. I like to sort of, if I see something like happen, just to ping the map, and it's really up to other people whether they react properly. But that cavalry charge ended up getting pretty wrecked as well. So, I see this guy's got cavalry in tow. What we're going to do is we're going to knock him off his horse. Oh, he stuffed up his escape too. He's probably very confused at this point. But these hussars are now easy victims. Why isn't he getting back on his horse? Poor guy's probably lagging. Anyway, while he's lagging, we'll just stab the hussars together a little bit at a time. See how the hits sort of stun them and they can't move? Hero hits do that, so you can just, as long as you're regularly stabbing them, all is good. So there we go. Our little one shield charge there that knocked him off his horse. managed to be the linchpin that pulled apart his entire cavalry flank. And that was the end of a tier 5 Hussar unit. So I'm okay with that. In my opinion, that was totally worth it, because it cost us nothing. What's he doing? No, he's under control. That's good. So, how can we support our units some more? You never, ever, ever want to be the guy at the front of the line. The guy just shot me from far away. No, don't do 50 damage to me, or whatever it was. Alright, but we do have Iron Reapers. Now, Iron Reapers and Ballsack Boys, Camel Nuts, they work very, very, very well together. Watch this unit of Grandpas. Lots of Grandpas. What Grandpas? But again, the Iron Reapers are getting all the kills, right? It's just how it goes. Oh, panic fire! Can we stop their charge? Kind of. Lost one. Never mind. I'm sure that we can continue to burn them to death. Cavalry, can we bomb the cavalry in time? Can we stop the cavalry charge? We can! Run, boys! Run, boys. That still cost us. We're down to half a unit. But look at the carnage, the absolute carnage that this unit can just deploy against the enemy when you have the skills to do so. So we'll support these Grandpas now. This is who we're supporting. Thousands and thousands of damage. Mass DPS, but just not... Oops, that was the wrong key. Never mind. But just not many kills. It's definitely the life of both a Longsword player and a Camel Nuts Ballsack Boy player. Alright, we have heaps of units to help defend here. Help support here. Cav, huh? Cav? Are they coming? They are. Surprise! Ow, 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 ow. Ooh. Thank you, Mr. Pike. We got away with that, but only just. Only just. So, see how these cataphracts, one of the things about them is their second charge relies on going towards the hero. So if you can knock the hero off their horse, their charge stops immediately. And even something like a sword and shield unit can then get really stuck into them and start killing them. Ooh, this is problematic. Call the Ballsack Boys up again. And burn them. Oh, no, Keshig's. Keshig's bad. We only lost one. Excellent. Those Shinji saved our butts. This is an excellent example of a team working well together. Only thing we've got to consider at this point is that we're running out of time. Oh, I love Carnage. I wish Carnage was my middle name. What else can we do? Here we go. This should cause some chaos on the reinforcing troops to the point. Oof, hero kill. Nice. Lucky hero kill. Oh, we've almost got it. There's a lot of stuff here though. Send them back real quick. I've managed to keep these guys alive for quite a bit and I love it. Now we've got to deal with Iron Reapers. And Iron Reapers are not a Longsword's favoured enemy, that is for sure. The amount of damage we do to them is very low. We're going to get pushed off with 1:20 left. This is not good. Team, please. Can we get a nice throw onto these Palace Guard? Condos might be better, but I can stop the condo charge with my ult. Watch. Boom. No condos. Oh, those Cav are going to finish off my ball boys. Never mind. Get a throw off? Barely. Alright, now we need to go to point, but this might be the end of the game, boys and girls. which is a shame after we've done so well with the flame chuckers. That is not an ideal treb. Because we're trying to move onto the point, that treb is kind of a hindrance. Fortunately, most don't land, if any. What's still here? Palace Guard. Okay. That was good. Very lucky. But we've got 3.14. We've only got pi left to secure a victory on the final point. Hopefully we massacred enough of their troops there. Because really it's quite horrendous. They're very low on troops now because of the horrific damage we've been doing to them. But honestly, that run with the Bull Boys was just insane. I would go so far as to say that was a hard flame ball carrier. Just the amount of carnage that we caused, the amount of deaths that we caused, and on top of that, the amount of just, all those frontline units were just wrecking the burning guys. I think we did very well for our team with them. Very proud of that effort. Ooh, Iron Reapers. Now, you don't usually want Rattan Rangers attacking Iron Reapers because they do so little damage. But when they've got their backs turned, which they've happily complied with, and you're not I'm a bleed, not a, what do you call it, poison Rattan, which works great on heavily armoured units. Well, it works okay on heavily armoured units. It works better than the fire anyway. On light units, the fire is better. So, if you're new to the game, choose fire while you're playing on low level games. Knock you over, knock you over. If you're a veteran, you most definitely want the poison. And their proc is really good because they fire so many darts. Alright, I'm going to drop a treb here. It's going to cause some friendly fire, but I don't want cav or anything sort of rolling in there in the last second and saving them. Look at the carnage the marksmen are causing. That's just fantastic. Each individual shot is low damage, but there are so many. So many. I wonder how many of our own guys I nuked. Alright. Oh, free stuff. I like free stuff. How much damage did we do? 1.9 million damage, but only 90 kills. A few peasants. But actually, that's horrendous damage to only have 90 kills. You'd usually expect double that, but that's just how the Bull Boys work. 1 for 55, 1 for 27. My silver stars. Look at that. Holy heck, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. We killed 4 friendly guys. Well, probably Modau too, my bad. He killed a lot of cav. He killed a lot of cav and a lot of Modau. Well, GG everybody. Well, I hope you learned something new, or you just enjoyed the battle. Thanks so much for coming to my 3-star battle.